Yeah, we'll see.
Ready full screen CG2, ready trivia music.
There with the Pope, an official U.S. welcome in order for Pope Benedict, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
His visit actually takes place on the 3rd anniversary of his election. Pope Benedict succeeded Pope John Paul II, who died in April 2005. So, Connie, today's trivia question is...
What is the most common name chosen by popes following their papal election?
Stand by.
Is it A,
next.
Benedict, B, Gregory, or Gwen, is it C, John?
I don't know. We'll have to think about that one, but we will have the answer to our trivia question ahead in a second.
Stand by. Less than a minute. Stand by.
6:59.
Loews D.C. mic. Loews Gwen's mic. Music full. Let me know when you're ready. Ready A for the open. Ready A for the open. Here we go. Roll A. Mix sound full. Ready crew flash to B and Gwen's mic. Roll B. Right. Mike Q. Gwen.
U.S. Senator Arlen Specter of Pennsylvania battling
Ready right to C. Sat roll.
Specter, an influential 78-year-old Republican, was diagnosed with Hodgkin's disease now for a second time. We're going to update you on the senator's health. That's all coming up.
Roll C. Wipe sound full.
10 seconds. Cannot be pre.
Sam Mike Connie's mic.
Ministry. This is
5.
absolutely incompatible, and who is really guilty and to be a pedophile cannot be priest.
Stay in my Q, Connie.
And before he even hits the ground, Pope Benedict XVI
Ready
has
for
a
right
message
Justin
of healing
01.
for the United States.
Right, Mike Q, Justin.
Stand by. Here we go.
Ready D, ready Greg's mic. Ready to wipe to D, ready Greg's mic.
Good and one.
Roll D, right, Mike Q, Greg.
And the candidates come to Pennsylvania to talk about
ready for sing 6 and then Y. Ready announce number 1.
And the Democrats debate tonight in Philadelphia.
Go announce, mix frame sing 6, ready Y for Lowe's exterior bump. Okay, you're cool, about 8 minutes to your hit. Have Mark wipe ready R1, that's R1, mix. Ready boxes with frame sing 5 and Gwen. Mix Mike Q, Connie
Good morning,
Gwen.
everybody. It is nice to have you with us this
Thank
morning.
you, everyone.
And I'm Gwen
Ready
Owens.
take Justin fading music. Ready Justin with key. Still there. Take open Justin's audio. Lose and DC audio.
Same day in, day out, just a little bit warmer every day. High pressure right on top
Good job,
of
everyone.
us. Winds at the surface flow clockwise.
Justin, toss it back just to Gwen.
Tomorrow, wind
I can put on L2 if it's going to be easier for you.
Even more so for tomorrow with high pressure control. We have a trouble-free sky out across the
well,
area.
That one hasn't time to move. We'll do it on L2.
Eventually, that weather
L2 in the box.
by the weekend, but until then, yeah, the weather's nice. Kind of cool this morning. The next couple mornings, temperatures will begin to rise as well. 38 in Boston, similar to yesterday. 45 in the Big Apple, low 40s in Philadelphia, 44 in D.C., right above freezing in Pittsburgh, 33 degrees there. Still in the 20s, though, up across Burlington, Vermont. A beautiful day, though, expected for everybody. Most everybody in the 60s. Portland around 58, though. 64 in Boston, 68 in Philly, Albany, Pittsburgh, Washington, D.C., the same. In tomorrow, these locations will be talking 70s. Could even be talking 80s as we head into the upcoming weekend as well. And we'll talk about the rain chances that will eventually arrive in the long range.
We'll boxes. Stand by. Take boxes. Open Gwen's audio.
Gwen?
Ready L2, Gwen.
Back with you then.
Take.
Senator Arlen Specter's
Justin's mic. Ready AVL.
Back in 2005 is back. Doctors say its return was detected early, and Specter does have an excellent chance of once again beating it. Specter's office says the recurrence is significantly less advanced than it was when it was originally diagnosed 3 years ago. Specter had been on a book tour promoting his book about how he beat cancer.
CD have 1 or 2 people on set for this hit.
78-year-old Pennsylvania Republican says he's faced long
Ready
odds
B,
before and won.
Roll B. Wipe sound full.
Shots 22 seconds.
Washington D.C. We're coming to you in about 30 seconds.
2 diagnoses of fatal diseases. Once Lou Gehrig's disease, the doctor was wrong. Once a malignant.
Do you have 1 or 2 guests on set that are DC?
10 seconds.
And in this book, I tell about
even the best doctors can be wrong.
People,
5.
get a second opinion. Even the best doctors can be wrong.
Fade Mike Q. Gwen.
Specter's office says
Ready
that
video for
to perform his
video 1 for Pope.
His campaign for re-election to a
Going to Connie.
Hey, does somebody out there float the 715 weather by accident?
VDR sound full. Ready Connie. Fencing 5 on camera 1. Mix Mike Q. Connie. You're up. Q went in. Q her.
Thank you, Glenn. Well, this morning, Pope Benedict will meet with President Bush privately.
You guys hear me in D.C.? Ready,
It is only the second time in
Thank you.
history that a Pope is visiting the White House. The Pope's trip also comes at the height of the election season. So at a time
Go ahead and get you two-shot on camera one.
Does the Pope's vote really count? And could the Catholic vote be
You're in video,
critical
in
to the
video.
presidency? Our D.C. Bureau Chief
Ready,
Robert Traynor
stand by
joins us
Washington,
now
D.C.
with more talk about politics. Good morning, Robert.
D.C. up.
It's nice actually to get to reach out and see you. Thank you for hosting me in your home.
Welcome to Washington, D.C. It's good to have you here.
Everybody is so excited about the
camera
Pope.
3.
Really, this is a trip that a lot will happen behind closed doors between the president and the Pope.
Stand by
This is
Robert's
only the
name.
second time that a Pope has been hosted at the White House.
It's a pretty big
Take
deal.
it,
You know,
3.
in my 15 years in Washington, D.C., there's only 3 people that transcend politics, that really this whole city just shuts down and everyone gets captivated by it. The Queen, the Dalai Lama, and the Pope.
Yeah.
And this is only the
Set
first
ready,
time
2.
this sitting
Camera
president
2, pan left
has
some
actually got out
more.
of the White House, traveled to Andrews Air Force Base to visit a head of state. Unheard of.
Take 2.
Absolutely unheard of.
Did a pickup. You just wonder what
Ready,
the conversation
3.
on the phone was. Do you need a pickup at the airport?
Take 3.
I think I got a couple of
Ready,
limousines
1.
in my garage.
Take 1.
Yeah, right. There are several
2, zoom in, a little bit more. Ready, 2.
that first pickup at the airport
Take 2.
that are also very impressive. Let's talk about
Ready,
some
3.
of those.
Ready,
The
full
South
screen.
Lawn, this is going to be
Where is
an
he?
enormous crowd that gathers.
Ready,
You know, it's interesting.
3,
because
take
they
3.
are projecting, they, meaning the Secret Service, are projecting
Ready,
anywhere
full
between
screen,
12 to
CD2,
16,000
mix.
people on the South Lawn
Ready,
of the White House.
full
The South
screen.
Lawn of the White House, which is part of the White House, which
She skipped.
is the South part, where the presidential helicopter lands. And it's interesting because it could actually hold about maybe between 15 to 20,000 people.
1:30.
They actually thought that
1:30.
Queen Elizabeth II, when she came here last year, was this is, you know, the end-all be-all. No one can top the Queen. But it appears that the Pope is actually going to top the Queen. Every single Catholic in this town, that's the hottest ticket in Washington, D.C. right now, is to be on the South Lawn.
Ready, Washington, D.C.
Eastern dinner also happening, although it's interesting that this dinner in honor
Seth,
of the
give me
Pope
camera
will
1.
not be there.
You know, this is interesting. Look,
Ready, Washington, D.C.
we need to be political
Mix.
about this.
Washington,
Let's just
D.C.
be honest
up.
with this. There's 20%
Seth,
of the American
take,
electorate are
semi
Catholic.
3.
Out of the 9
Take
last
3.
presidential elections, 8 of them have been decided by Catholic voters. So
There's
this
a
is
lower
a big
third for that.
issue as
Picking
well.
the president,
When
last
the president
one.
greets the Pope, the Holy
Ready,
Father,
camera
in the East Room
2.
of the White House.
Take
for
2.
a
Look at
national
Greg
day.
Ready, 3.
Catholics there that
Take
actually has
3.
some say in terms
Just
of
start running through the other 3.
in some of the districts around this country. So
Okay,
that's
don't run through that one
although,
then.
of course, the White House will never say that it's political.
Right. Let's
Ready,
talk about politics
ready,
right now,
1,
though,
take
because,
1.
the Pope
So
and
that
President
as well.
Bush disagreeing on several fronts.
Smoking.
One of them
I'm at
Iraq
the Perry,
war.
I'm sorry.
Will
What's
there be
wrong with the
conversations
Greg
behind
smoking?
closed doors in that
Cool.
family?
Yeah, different focus.
Yeah,
well, you know, he's down with that with the young crowd.
There's some other really important key issues.
2 minutes out.
Most
2
likely will bring up
minutes.
with the president, they actually agree on. Family values, same-sex
Ready,
marriage is something that they do not agree
ready,
agree on.
30.
2 other quick things.
Next,
is
30 seconds
abortion
left
being
of this.
pro-life.
You can change the next one.
And one other big thing is the overall
I mean, I can
culture,
stop
the
popping
overall
tapes.
culture of the country. Where does the country go from here from a faith perspective?
You can
Yeah,
get rid
and
of
that's a direction that a lot of
A, B,
the
I think.
bishops and the cardinals are also waiting to hear.
Ready,
The Catholic Church
1.
is changing. There
Oh,
are
wait,
now
I'm sorry.
Latinos
Ready,
and
Washington,
immigrants
D.C.
that
Step for
want
1
to
in
become
online.
Catholics. And of course,
Next.
the Pope believes that the
Ready,
open
3.
doors is a good thing.
Rap.
The president doesn't believe
Rap.
Take 3.
It was interesting on the plane
Seth,
before he
take
even
3.
hit the ground. He was talking about sex
Ready,
abuse. This is
2.
a man who has a
Take
big
2.
agenda and has a lot to get
Ready,
out on this
3.
trip.
He sure does.
Take
He broke
3.
news by basically saying that it was despicable for the Catholic Church to
So kind of wrap.
cover up some of the sex abuse scandals. Very smart politics.
Ready, 1. Take
Robert Traynor,
1.
our inside guy here in D.C., and he'll be
Ready, Y for election right open.
cover the Pope here in the nation's capital.
Effect Y sound full. DC clear. Ready, L2 Glenn.